today I'm with the principal of Bright Learners Private School. Adrianna, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about your background, expertise and your new school.
Okay, thank you for having me today. I am Adrianna Chestnut. I am privileged to be the founding principal of Bright Learners Private School that will be located in Rashidia, Dubai. I hail from Ohio in the United States, and it was in Ohio that I had my teaching career as well as over 10 years as a school principal. Currently, I am pursuing a doctoral degree where I'm doing my research studies, focusing on leadership within the UAE. So I'll be finished with that soon, and I'm very excited and very privileged to be the founding principal at Bright Learners Private School.
In this video, we are asking school leaders to paint us a picture for the SchoolsCompared.com viewers of what schools will look like in the future. Will they be better, worse, or different? Adrianna, can you give me 3 things you think we should expect?
Sure. And this question is very interesting, especially considering the space and the place that we're in right now globally with this pandemic. So I think the answers to this question right now versus if you were to ask me 3 or 4 months ago is vastly different. And so we've seen how education has had to evolve and change with the times. And I think in the future that will continue to happen. And so one of the things I think will continue to change and evolve is the use of technology and the integration of technology. So what we have seen in this short period of time is how schools could implement distance learning in order to meet the needs of their students and their families. So I would not be surprised in the future if something on that scale would continue, whether it be distance learning or even in-class individualized learning that utilizes technology that is available. Another thing I think will continue to shift and to grow and to evolve as our schools and our students evolve will be the role of the teacher and the type of teacher that we're employing. So typically when we're looking for teachers, we look for content experts. So if it's a chemistry teacher, we look for someone who's well versed in chemistry. But I think as schools evolve and use more technology and more adaptive learning programs that adapt with the student, I think the role of the teacher will change. And so the teacher moves from being just strictly a content expert to being a person who can motivate students, who can encourage the students, who can help them along that journey that they're on, whether it be on the computer or in class. And so I think the teachers will still need the content knowledge, but I think their role will be much more expansive as they support their students on a much larger scale and on an individual basis. And then the third thing that I think we will see more of in the future will just be those individualized learning paths for students, because as we get out of the traditional classroom or the traditional makeup of a classroom, I think it gives us opportunities to explore other pathways, other spaces, other places to really identify interests that students may have and support those things on an individual basis. I know a lot of schools are already doing those things and working with schools on an individual basis and doing small groups and supporting students, but imagine the capacity that we would have if we're working with them all on a one-to-one basis. If every student is getting exactly what they need and when they need it and in the way that they learn best. And so I think with those things, just like we've seen in this short period of time, how schools were able to adapt and to adjust and to provide those things for their students, I can only imagine, and I'm excited about what's to come in the future.
Adrianna, so what is the single key change you think is coming in the next 10 years that will transform education for the better?
So I think the single change that will make it better is just the individualized approach. And so when we're looking at students on a one-to-one basis in terms of what they need, what their trajectory is, what their pathway is, what they're interested in doing and learning about. And so I think we might move away from the prescribed course schedule, and it'll be more towards what they need and what direction they want to go in, whether that be preparing for college or preparing for careers. I think that will be the single most thing that will impact what we do in education and how we do it.
Adrianna, thank you very much, and we wish you all the very best in the opening of your new school in the new academic year.
Thank you for having me.